campers, welcome to our first ever Madera Fair virtual fair camp. We are super excited to go down this road with you. It's new for us and we know it's new for you because the fair's never been brought to the public in 83 years by internet. So welcome to camp. I'm super excited. I can see some of my friends are already here. Hi, Savannah. Hi, Jeremiah. Hi, Max. Hi, Declan. Hi, Leo. Hi, Shay. I see Kaylee's here. Natalie's here. A whole bunch of you are here. Looks like we actually have over 100 campers with us today on virtual camp. We are super excited to bring to you today our friends Circus Imagination. Mr. Caton and Miss Carol, our ring masters, will be with us in just a few minutes. We want to go over a couple of things with you so you know how you can ask us questions or you can talk to us. The way that we're going to do that through virtual fair camp is in your chat. And I know lots of you kids, because you've been on Zoom probably more than I have, know how to do the chat. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick test and see how your chat's working. In just a minute, I'm going to bring up some of my favorite fair snacks. So there'll be 3 choices for you in just a minute, and I'm going to want you in the chat to either type the number 1, number 2, or number 3 for your favorite fair snacks. So we're ready, Mr. Cameraman? Show us our choices. What's the most popular fair snack at Madera Fair? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we hope that you got lots of practice typing into those answers, and we're gonna let you know real soon what looks like the most popular fair snack. Sorry if I didn't include corn dogs. That's actually my first favorite, but I was doing fair snacks. All right, are you ready to hear from Circus Imagination? Today, they're gonna come in live and we're gonna get to see what they're all about. You're gonna get a chance to ask them questions. So if you have questions for Ringmaster Caton and Miss Carol, you'll be able to type those into the chat. Some things that are going to happen today, if you have your Fair Camper kit, you're going to need your hula hoop because Miss Carol is bringing to us a hula hoop tutorial. Let's see if I can practice for you and let's see if Miss Carol gives me a A+. Oh, redo. That little popcorn was in my way. Ready? I think I need some work, Miss Carol. When she gets in here, I'm for sure gonna check that tutorial and you can see me at the end of camp and see if I got any better or if I don't belong in the circus. Also coming today, we have some friends from Sierra Shadows 4-H. They're gonna be with me in our Zoom studio with a real live chicken. So you need to start thinking about your chicken questions and what you might wanna ask our friends Hunter and Griffin a little bit later in our show today. If you are one of our camper kit users, today you're going to be pulling out your tickets to do our ticket craft once fair camp closes. If you don't have a camper kit, have your mom or dad, or you can go to maderafair.com and open up some of the list of things that you can do, and you can print it out at home, or you can make it out of any old thing so that you can make a ticket garland after camp closes today. All righty, friends, are we ready? What was the most popular snack out there? It looks like you guys are big shaved ice eaters out there in our chat room. Shaved ice is a good pick. It's kind of hot in the summer, and we definitely love the shaved ice. All right, we are ready right now. I'm going to take it away to our how to make a homemade circus with Circus Imagination. Get ready.
Hello, today we're going to teach you how to make giant soap bubbles. It's a two-step process. First, we're going to make our solution, then we're going to make our wand, then we're going to go have some fun. All right, let's talk about our supplies. So we're going to have 1 gallon of water, preferably lukewarm, and 1 cup of soap. I prefer soap that is dish soap, that's clear of any dyes or fragrances. It tends to work better. A couple of the brands that I really like are Target's Up and Up and Dawn Clear and Fresh. Also, Palmolive does pretty good. So, just going to pour in 1 cup of dish soap into 1 gallon of water. Mix it up well, and then you want to let that sit for a little while. So, the materials that we're going to need for our wand: 2 garden stakes, cotton rope, and some weight to have at the bottom of the rope. I like to use some large washers. If you don't have large washers, you might be able to use some old keys or maybe a heavy weight. So the first step for making your rope is taking out the nylon core. Most cotton rope that you're going to get is going to have this nylon core in it, and you're going to want to pull back the outside, which is cotton, and take out the inside, which is nylon. You just pull it out like so, and then you thread it all the way back to the other end. You keep on doing that process until you pull the entire core out. Once you do, you'll be left with just the cotton rope. Thankfully, I've already done that, and it's ready to go over here. So take your rope. Now, this is about a 7-foot length. I would say start with about a 10-foot length. You can go with either 10 or 20 feet, depending upon what you want to do. So let's say this is a 10-foot length. Divide it roughly into 3 parts. Where your fingers are holding is where you're going to be tying onto the garden stick. Now, my specific way of tying it on, you're going to make 2 loops, just like so. The second loop goes underneath the first loop, and that's going to slide right over the stick, and then you pull tight. All right, so there's one side. Now I'll do the same thing to the other side. 2 loops, 1 loop, 2 loop, second loop underneath the first, slide it onto the stick, and pull tight. All right. Now we go on to the next step, tying the weights on. So I threaded my weights, which are just some large washers with the 2 strings going through. I'm just going to do a simple tie here, just like you're tying your shoes, just a half hitch. And to make sure it doesn't come off, let's do it one more time. And then I like to try and get the ends of my rope to disappear so they're not popping the bubble. So maybe even thread it back through the washer one more time, and then if you need to, cut off any extra. Now you might need to do some maintenance on your knots after a few times of using it. All right, so the weights are there. That's going to help it lower into the bubble solution when we need to. All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about the different configuration of the rope for your wand. You can just do the triangle here, which is what we showed you earlier. Or if you come look over here, you see that I have additional netting on the inside of my larger triangle. When I use this, this is going to allow me to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bubbles. It's going to be a lot harder for all those to pop. So you tend to get a little bit more out of this, but this is a little bit more complicated to make. In essence, what I do is I take the rope, maybe make it a 20-foot rope section, and then you thread up and around and back and around and make a design. If you want to find out more about this, you can check out our Circus Imagination YouTube page. I have a full tutorial on how to make
You make some bubbles!
All right. We just got done making our wand. We made our solution. We found some random kids. Let's make some bubbles. Back up, Kai. So you can see how the weight helps drop it in. That's why the weight's necessary. You want to drop your rope all the way down, make sure it gets fully submerged in soap. You lift up your garden sticks. You're going to lift straight up above the bucket. Minimize your drip so you keep as much of that solution. Then you open them up nice and wide and walk back.
Make sure, Barbara, that we're all set. Oh, we look good on our end. It looks a lot better here. We can see our video. We can see us.
Whoa, I can see one.
I just want to make sure she sees us too.
Always try and keep your wand and rope off the ground because you don't want to get any grass or dirt or debris inside your bubble solution. Once again, keeping the points together, lifting straight up, open up nice and wide, and walk backwards. Now today we don't have much of a wind, so that's why I'm walking. But if you find that you're doing bubbles on a day that does have wind, wow, super far. If you find that you do have wind, you want your wind pushing towards your back. So the wind would be going this direction. That way you just lift it up, open it up, and the wind will make the bubbles for you. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys had fun making the bubble solution on the wands. If you have any questions or comments, just head on over to the YouTube channel, Circus Imagination at YouTube, and leave it in the comments there. We'll get back to you. Also, you can check on our YouTube channel for more tutorials on hula hoop, face painting, bubble making, and the advanced bubbles. All right, take care. We'll see you later.
I'm very interested. I'm Fran Griffin out here.
Hey campers, this is Caden with Circus Imagination.
Hey, Carol. Hi.
We hope you guys enjoyed our first tutorial there on how to make your own bubble wand and solution. Like I said, you can find out a lot more information online. We can go into the advanced tutorials there as well on how to make a little bit bigger bubbles and more advanced wand. I'll tell you a little bit about us. We are Circus Imagination. We travel to fairs and festivals, and we get kids in the audience. We get you guys to dress up in costumes that we make, and then you become the stars of the show. We do that, and we also teach a bunch of different circus activities, like hula hooping, making those bubbles, juggling, stilt walking, a whole bunch of fun activities. We can't wait to get back to the fair and teach you guys some of that stuff. Coming up right now, we have another video. This one is how to make your own circus from things you find around your house. So we went around our house, found some things with our kids, and put together a short little mini circus. That's coming to you right now.
Hello, it's Ringmaster Caden from Circus Imagination, here to welcome you to the virtual Madera Fair Camp. Let's go have some fun. Now, part of our virtual circus camp is a bunch of different activities for all age ranges. We have coloring books, we have cutouts, we have little mini circuses, we even have cube circus characters. Yes, that's right, little mini ringmasters, and you can make them yourself. One of the most important acts of the circus is the tightrope walker. It's the act that we start with in our shows at every single one of our fairs. And it's a really simple one for you guys to create. All we need is a little bit of imagination power, a rope, maybe an umbrella, and some costumes to dress you up. Let's go take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to your very own Circus Imagination. Our first act is our most amazing, our most incredible, our tightrope walker. Let's hear it for Miss Isla, the tightrope walker. Miss Isla, come stand right over here on the edge of the rope. Very good. Now we're going to use our imaginations and climb a pretend ladder. So Isla, put one hand high into the air. Very good. Go back and forth like we're climbing a ladder. Higher and higher you go. Higher and higher you go. Until everybody in the audience puts their hands over their eyes and watch you go up to the very top of the circus tent. Stop right there. You did perfect. Go look down. Now to help get you across, we have, oh, get back on the rope, don't fall. We have our magic circus umbrella. Hold on to that right there. When you're ready, I want you to cross that rope on your tippy toes all the way to the other side. And remember, don't fall. There she goes. She's halfway across. Can't she do it? I think so. She's almost there. Yes, and she's done it. Excellent job. Very good. I'll take that umbrella. Miss Tightrope Walker, come and stand right here, right next to me. Face your audience. Face your audience. Hands high in the air. And take a bow. Let's hear it for our lovely tightrope walker. High five. You were amazing. Oh, I love you. Okay, go hang out over there. And that's how easy it is to have your very own circus act. That was our tightrope walker, absolutely safe, right here on the ground, using our imaginations, having just as much fun. And look at that, she even cleans up after her own act. Very good. Hold it right over there. Another act that kids love is our acrobat act. Now this could be two kids, it could be a mom, it could be a kid, it could be just by yourself. All you need to find is a bucket, maybe a 2x6 board, a piece of PVC, and you can make your very own jump board. Get some stuffed animals, we're gonna put them on one end, and then pop them in the air. And for our next act, we're gonna have our acrobat all the way from Paris, France. Could I please have another thunderous round of applause for the amazing, the beautiful Louvre sisters? Right over this way. Now for our acrobats, we're gonna need to make a jump board. Now, my jump board is made out of a 2-inch PVC pipe and a 2x6. One side you'll jump on, the other side will project the animal high into the air. Now, if you don't have the piece of PVC, you could probably use another 2x4. The PVC is going to work a little bit easier, though. All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Very good. I'm going to have you stand right over here. I'm going to have you back up just a little bit. Very good. Here's our wild animals, our bucket to catch them with. Hold on to that. We're going to start here with our little bunny. I'm going to have you back up a little bit right over there. We're going to take our first little bunny here, place it right on the edge of that jump board. Wait, the lines are going to get in my face. No jumping too early. I'll get bunny breath, and you don't want to have bunny breath. All right, wait. Back up a little bit. Back up, back up, back up. All right, here we go. Wait. Ready? 3, 2, 1, jump. Right in the bucket. With a little bit of assistance from Dad. And here we go. Bunny number 2. Now we might have to jump a little bit harder here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom, right in the bucket. And finally, we'll just throw a giraffe in there. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We did it! Ladies, face your audience. Put both hands high in the air and take a bow. The lovely Louvre sisters. Excellent job, ladies. I'm going to have you head right on over there. Catch that red eye back over to Paris. My personal favorite act is our wild animals. Our lions, our tigers, and our bears. Now, of course, we don't have real wild animals, but we can make some wild animals. And we can do that from maybe some stuffed animals or make you guys get dressed up like wild animals yourselves. Now, we're going to need a few simple props, a hula hoop, maybe a rope to use as a whip, and then we can make our costumes out of some paper bags and some construction material. Use some scissors, some tape, some glue, some construction paper, and you can make your very own wild animal mask. Now our wild animals, they do 3 different tricks. The first one, get down on your knees, put your claws high in the air. The second one, roll over, play dead. And the last one, jump through the dreaded hoop of fire. Now our hoop of fire is made just out of a hula hoop and some construction paper. Just like our mask, everything you can find around your house. Now our final act comes to us all the way from the jungles of the Sahara. We're gonna need to release them from their cages. I can hear them roaring around here. Let's some of them more wilder than you know. Let's hear it for our amazing wild animals. Now all we're doing for our animals is using masks that we made out of paper bags and construction paper. We have tutorials on online. Always check there for more. Alright, wild animals, I'm gonna have you come on out this way. I'm gonna have my lion right over here. Very good. I'm gonna have my bear right over here. Lion, turn around and face your audience. Right over there. Perfect. Now, in order to get my animals down on the ground, I need to use my whip. We do have how to make whips as well, or just use a piece of rope that already found around the house. Alright, wild animals, down on your knees and show your claws. There goes the bear and the lion. Look at that trained wild animals. Alright, next I want these wild animals to lay down and play dead.
We can't play dead.
Oh my goodness, the lion speaks. There she goes. There goes the bear and the lion. And the lion. And the lion. She's got a broken neck. Lion, lay down right here. Like it's taking a nap time. Boom, face down. Let's hear it for our quiet wild animals. All right, wild animals, stand up for me. Very good. Now for their finale. For our finale act, our wild animals, stand right on over there, will now attempt to jump through the dreaded hoop of fire. Oh, it's too high? Very good. Thank you for telling me, Miss Lion. Here goes the dreaded troop hoop of fire. Go for it, Lion. Perfect aim. And now for our bear. Watch out, Lion. Back up. It's a big bear. Here comes our bear. Oh, let's raise it up a little bit, huh? Test out our. Oh, you know hula hoops pretty well there, bear. Excellent job. Lion, come stand right over here next to your bear. Right over here. Face your audience. Paws in the air and take a bow. Let's hear it for our dreaded wild animal. Well, we had a great time making another circus for you guys here at the virtual Madera Fair Camp. Now I want you to head on out, create your very own circus with things you can find from around the house. Get some props, some stuffed animals, talk to your mom and dad. You guys create your own show. Send them on over to the fair. They would love to see them. Thanks for having a great time with us. We'll see you down the road.
Hello, everybody.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about how we can find things from around the house, because every house is going to be different with the things that you can find. So in our house, we had some rope, we had some construction material. Your house is going to be different. Maybe you have some wild animals. Maybe you have some little brothers or little sisters you can have jump through the hoop. Maybe you have some gymnastic talents that you want to add to your very own circus. Customize your circus, make it your own, find things around the house, get your family to help out, and you will have an amazing time. That's how our entire show works, by using our imaginations and creating a show out of thin air and using the people around you.
And also, it doesn't matter if you can't find the exact things we ask you to find. You can substitute. For example, the whip can just be a
rope or a belt or a piece of cloth.
You can't find paper bags for your masks. That's all right. Use just the construction paper and tie something around it so it stays on your head.
Awesome. So coming up in just a little bit, we're going to have 2 more tutorials. The next one's going to be hula hoops. So if you have your hula hoops, get that ready. And then for our last tutorial, Carol's going to talk about some of the activities that you got in your printables. Some of the foldables, some of the coloring books, some of that stuff. So have those things ready to go. We're going to be coming up with our tutorial on the hula hoop in just a few seconds. Grab that hoop. Let's get going.
Hello everybody, my name is Carolina from Circus Imagination, and today I'm going to teach you how to hula hoop. It's really easy. Let's talk about some things first. The size of your hula hoop is very important. The perfect size is about as tall as your belly button. So stand the hoop on the floor, line it up with your body, and if it's too much taller than your belly button, it's going to be easy to hula hoop because the hoop's going to spin really slow. And if the hula hoop is much shorter than your waist and belly button, it's going to be quite hard to hula hoop because the hula hoop's going to go super fast and you're going to have to catch up with it. Now, there are 2 ways that you can stand while you're hula hooping. The first way is you put your feet side to side, and when you have this position, your hula hoop's going to hit you on the right and on the left side of your hips. And when it hits you on that side, I want you to push. And it hits you there, and you push. And that's going to keep your hula hoop up. The other position that you can do is 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And the hula hoop now is going to hit you in the front and back. So when it hits your belly, you push. When it hits your back, you push. When it hits your belly, you push. When it hits your back, you push. Just like that. So belly, back. Belly, back. Belly, back. All right. Now, if you've never hula hooped before, this is what I want you to do. Get inside your hoop. Make sure it's touching the back of your back. Stand your arms forward as much as you can. Give it a good push. And just let it fall. You see how many rotations it does just by itself? All right, now next time, I want you to touch your hoop to the back of your back, lower back, extend your arms, give it a big push, and try to push against the hoop and those 2 points at the top you. So if your feet's front and back, it's the front of the belly and the lower back. And if your feet are side to side, it's both sides. Here you go. See if you can do this. And once you got one way, try to practice the other. Front and back, side to side. Now I'm going to teach you 3 ways how not to drop your hula hoop. First way, your hula hoop is going and it starts to fall. I want you to move as fast as you can. Ah! The hula hoop's going to go back up. The hula hoop starts to fall and you move really fast. And the hula hoop goes back up. Another way to pick up your hoop is your hula hoop starts to fall and you bend your knees, and you pick it back up. Your hula hoop starts to fall and you bend your knees, and you pick it back up. And the third and last way to keep your hula hoop from falling is spinning on the direction that your hula hoop's spinning. Same direction, okay, you guys? So my hula hoop here is spinning to the left. So hoop's gonna start to fall, and I'm gonna spin to the left. Woo! And it's gonna go back up. Again, the hula hoop starts to fall, and I spin on the direction the hoop's spinning, and it goes back up. All right, these are the 3 ways you can keep your hula hoop going. Don't drop it, or if you drop it, just pick it up and keep going. Once you've got this down, you can walk around with your hoop. This is really easy. You're gonna take 1 step forward when the hook hits your belly. Almost look like you're walking like an Egyptian. Hits your belly. You walk forward. Want to walk backwards? When it hits your back, take a step back. And there you go. The basics of hula hooping. There are many ways you can use your hula hoop. You can hula hoop around your waist, like I just taught you, or you can use all your body parts. You can hula hoop around your hands in front of you like this. Just spin your hoop around your hand, however it feels good. You can hula hoop around your arm. You can hula hoop around your elbow. You can hula hoop around your body. That's called passing. So put the hula hoop in front of you, hold it horizontally, pointy fingers together, hold it with one hand, pass it around your body, pick it up with the other hand, and pass it in the front. We're gonna just do that around a little faster. It's important to keep your hands, pointy fingers together on the front, and pinky fingers together on the back. So we pass on the front, pass on the back. And you can do this slow and spin with it, fast. You can do it around your legs, your feet, higher around your body. This is a really cool move. And once you got it down, you go and play with it as much as you want. Now I'm going to teach you a move called Around the World. Hold your hula hoop horizontally in front of you. With your dominant hand, put it inside the hoop. Lean back. Try to spin that hula hoop on your hand right in front of you like this. Your 4 fingers are inside the hoop and your thumb is up, guiding it around. Look how I'm leaning forward for this so the hula hoop doesn't hit my knees right there. And again, my hand doesn't move. The hula hoop is moving around my hand. My thumb is up. And I only grab it at this point. And I push it around, I grab, push it around, grab, push it around, and grab. So the whole movement is just with that little push you give with your wrist. And rotate, rotate. Once you get this move in one direction, you can try and learn on the other direction. And then with the other hand. One way, Lean forward as much as you can so your knees don't get hit, and the other way. Once you get this down, you can pass it from one hand. Now I'm going to teach you a move called a break. It's called a break because you stop the hula hoop and you reverse its direction. So the hula hoop is going to the right, you're going to stop and it's going to go to the left. Stop and go to the right. Stop and go to the left. The hula hoop is going to change hands. You're doing pointy finger to pointy finger when you pass it in front of you. You're going to grab the hoop with one hand, fit it on the lower of your back on your waist, and just let it stop. Pass it. Pointy finger to pointy finger. Hold it on your waist. Let it stop. Pointy finger to pointy finger. Hold it on your waist and stop. That's the move right here. Stop. Pass. Stop. Pass. Right hand. Stop. Pass. Left hand. Stop. Now, when you're able to do it a little faster, the hula hoop's not going to droop anymore. It's going to level out. And you're going to hold and stop on the waist. Pass, hold, stop. 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 And this is called a break because you're breaking the direction of the hoop. It goes to the right and to the left. Practice this move until you feel comfortable. And then we can use all the three moves I taught you today and we can put them all together. Or break, or around the world, and passing. All those moves can be worked together. Break, 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 around the world, break, break, pass. Break, 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 around the world, break, break, pass. There you go. You just learned how to hula hoop and you learned 3 amazing, easy hoop moves that you can practice and learn how to do hula hoop dance. It was really nice to have you here with us today. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn more, go on our YouTube page, youtube.com/circusimagination, and learn more of our tutorials there.
Hi, we're back. I guess you couldn't hear us. So we have a couple of questions we'd like to answer. One from Samantha was asking us, how do you get good at this? You gotta practice. Practice all the time. Practice in your living room, practice outside in your yard. Go visit grandma, bring your hula hoop. Anytime you have a little space, and it's mostly, I don't have a lot of space here, but I can practice. You don't need a lot of space. You just need to be practicing all the time. Something else you asked. Here's the ringmaster to answer a question.
Sorry, had to take care of our little wild animals in the other room.
They're really wild.
One of the other questions we got from Kaylee, do we get paid to do this? The amazing answer is yes, and you guys can too. All we do is we go out, we have fun, we play, we learn new tricks, and we teach it to people. If you have an exciting way of coming across, if you know how to communicate with people, and you know how to hula hoop or balance or juggle, you can make an entire career out of it and come work at the fair with us. It would be so much fun to see you guys out there working alongside us.
Do we get nervous before our shows? I usually do, but he's been doing this since he was a little baby, so he doesn't anymore.
All right, coming up really soon, we're going to be having our last tutorial. This one's going to be live right here. So if you guys have any of the paper cutouts, you might want to get that ready. If you've got a pair of scissors, you might want to have that around. Grab all that stuff right now. I'm going to turn that over to Carol and take care of my little wild tigers in the other room.
How did we start? The circus actually started 20 years ago with Kate, the ringmaster's parents. They used to travel around and do this in the 80s and then in the 90s, and then he took over. So we've been doing this together collectively as a family for 35 years. We have tons of costumes. Can you guys see some back there? Oops, wrong side. That is our Hugh and Cannonball costume, the yellow one over there. Right down there. Oh, I can't get my side right. That one is the strongman. The strongman is really fun, you guys. We kind of took the idea of Angry Birds and we do that in real life. Let me read another question. If you were given an elephant and you can't give it away, what would you do with it? We would keep it as a pet. What are you talking about?
We'd love to have an elephant.
How long we've been doing this? We've been doing this collectively as a family for 35 years, together for 15.
And do we mess up? We mess up all the time. This is part of the reason we mess up, because you got kids and you don't know what's going to happen. But sometimes the mess ups are what the audience enjoys the most. When I mess up on stage, the audience laughs. So we just roll with it and have some fun. All right, Carol, do you want to show them some of our cutouts and,
yes,
and what they can do?
So in our circus package, you have lots of things you can do. We divided them by age. So if you're a younger kid, you can have coloring pages and simple cutouts that stand up. If you're an older kid, we have the cute characters. They're super cool and they're a little bit more difficult to do. And also this awesome circus tent, which is exactly like our circus tent. For the wild animals, what if you do not have construction paper? You can color in. Just use white paper, markers, watercolor, whatever paint you have, just paint it in, okay? So for the tent, we have 4 pages that we need to cut. Just cut around the outlines of all pages. It's really simple. I already did that, obviously. So I have one side of my tent here, the other side of my tent here. I cut the tabs on the bottom and I folded them in so I can make a circular tent. And you put a little glue there, boop, put a little glue on the other side, and look at that. The bottom of our tent is done. We're gonna use the circles that we cut out to make a bottom and a top. So I'm just gonna pop one inside there, and I'm gonna glue the other one to the bottom. Boop. I'm gonna use a little tape here, but if you use glue, this is gonna turn out a little better. So just a little tape, boop. And for the top, very simple. Cut around the edges and lightly bend it in, and you're done. Here's your little circus tent. This one's super easy to make. And I used a toothpick and I made a little flag for my other one. All right, will you train the elephant? I would definitely train the elephant. He would be fetching me things all day.
He would do all the heavy lifting for me because my back's getting tired after lifting our circus tent for 20 years.
We do about 20 fairs each year. We stay in the state of California and the neighboring states.
And it is a wonderful life. And we have so much fun. It is a circus life, and we get to work and play with our kids all day long. We only got about 30 seconds left. Carol, is there anything else you want to talk about the printables?
Well, if you guys are doing these guys, remember you have to cut the slits, which are the white parts in between on the tabs. You must cut those in really well. And what I do is I use my craft knife or a little toothpick, and after I cut them, I kind of pop them open. So when you fold the edges and the tabs in, you actually have a space to put it in.
All right, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out here to the virtual fair. And we hope you guys had a lot of fun. Hope you learned some stuff from us. Be sure to check us out. You can see us at our website, circusimagination.com. You can also go to YouTube and type in Circus Imagination. She's going to go take care of some of the wild animals that needs trained a little bit better. We got tons of tutorials. Not only the stuff that we taught you here today, but we also do face painting. You saw Carol's face paint. She does tutorials on how to do that, as well as so many other things. with that, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out, supporting the virtual fair camp. It has been a crazy summer, but we have found a way to make it fun. All right, guys, thanks again. Take care. Hopefully we'll see you next year. And we're going to send it back to Barbara at the fair camp. Bye, guys.
That was awesome. I'm not sure if I'm that good still, Carol, on my hula hoop, but I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah!
I think the trick is I need a little bit bigger.
Just practice, practice, practice. Hey, just tell your boss, the fair manager, I'm just practicing for work. It's okay.
We should have like a hula hoop off. We'll see. Maybe I'll bring our fair manager in and we can like have a who can keep it going the longest.
Oh, I like that idea. It looks like we got some 4-H guests here.
I do. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining us today, Ringmaster Kate and Miss Carol.
Thank you for having us. Now let's learn.
Ringmaster Caden and Miss Carol are right. I do have friends with me today from Sierra Shadows 4-H. This is Hunter and Griffin, and they have been part of 4-H for 3 years. 3 years. They are 8 years old, right, guys?
No, we're 10.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Embarrassing.
We're turning 11 soon.
They're almost 11 years old, and they do more things than I probably ever have done in my whole life. So we get to hear about their whole 4-H experience. They definitely are going to teach us a little bit about their poultry projects that they work on, and we're going to hear some more things. So, how long have you been in 4-H?
We've been in 4-H for about 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And where is Sierra Shadows?
Sierra Shadows is in the Madera Ranchos.
Okay. And we know you do chickens, so tell me some of the other things that you guys do in 4-H.
We do public speaking. We also do poultry. We do photography, shooting, ASL. We do baking.
Baking? What's
And
your
goats.
favorite thing to bake?
Pie.
Pie? What kind of pie?
Apple pie.
Do you make the crust all by yourself?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's not that easy, is it? Takes a lot of work. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. After baking, you said goats?
Yeah.
What kind of goats?
Boar goats. We do meat goats. We did meat goats last year, but now we're doing bleeders.
Okay. Later on, when camp is over, in our YouTube library for today, Hunter and Griffin are going to show you what their presentation was about on YouTube, and it's called Stop the Bleed. It's a basic first aid tutorial that they give on YouTube, so you'll get to check that out after camp is over. But right now, they are going to tell us about their poultry pen, also known as chickens. So if you have questions for Hunter and Griffin, go ahead and start typing those in, and we'll see what we can learn. Okay, who's going first? What are we doing? Are we taking one out, both out? Who's starting?
We'll take both of them.
Both of them are coming out. And I asked if they wanted to do the chicken dance, and they don't yet, but they might at the end.
No.
No. They also don't hula hoop, but we know that they'll just practice, practice, practice. So we'll see. Hula hoop and the chicken dance all at once. No, this is very serious chicken removal happening right now. All right. Can I help with something?
I'm just trying to get it off. So
Hunter's chicken was making a big, big mess, and he was real worried about her not looking her best for the show. All right.
She's got some stuff on it.
Should I set this down maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You want me to help you? You got it.
It's about as best as I'm gonna get her.
That's as good as it's gonna get, he said about her. All right, Hunter, what's your, is this a chicken or a rooster?
This is a hen.
This is a hen. How come I can't say chicken?
Because that's just basically all around roosters and hens.
So chicken is the word for hens and roosters all together, like we use the word poultry, right? But poultry is an even bigger word because it could be turkeys and a whole
Doves, quails, and
quail, a lot of things.
pigeons.
So these are hens, also known as girls, right? The rooster is a boy. How old are the girls?
3 years.
These
3 years?
We've had them for around 3 years.
They're tiny. Is that a certain kind of hen?
These are Old English silver duckling bantams. So a bantam's basically just a smaller version of a breed.
Okay.
These birds would just probably look like exactly like this, but just twice the size if they weren't a bantam.
Okay. How old are, what's yours named? Does she have a name?
Yeah, mine's name is Jade.
Jade? That's a pretty name. How about yours?
I'm kind of in between feather and diamond.
Feather
Because
and
people say
diamond.
feather's better and I think diamond's better. I don't know.
Have you had her for 3 years?
Yeah.
And you're still thinking about a name?
Well, I honestly I couldn't think of any names, but so I decided to think feather, but I thought that was kind of just a weird name.
You could name her Barbara. Just kidding. Okay.
I'm just gonna say feather.
You're just going to say feather. Boring. Okay. Just kidding. That's a good name. All right. What do we need to know about Feather and Jade?
Well, yesterday we just gave him a bath after 3 years because we couldn't show him.
First bath in 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a long time.
Yeah, usually you don't give chickens baths.
No?
For the whole entire, yeah.
I wish we had a video of that. Did they like it?
Well, yeah, they were very calm for their first time, that's for sure.
Well, maybe you should give them a bath more often.
Yeah.
It's like a spa day for your hens.
Yeah, this bird, Jade, kind of soaked our mom.
Uh-oh. Did she get all wet and flap her arms
Yeah.
the way like when I give my dog a bath and it shakes off?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so would you bring these to the fair if you had a chance to show them at the fair?
Yes.
And what would happen? What would that look like? A day at the fair with Jade and Feather, Hunter and Griffin.
We would probably give them a bath before we go.
Mhm.
We would take them in our chicken crate and make their pen at the fair, and then we would take care of them there at the fair for a couple days. And then after like that, and the end of the week, we would probably go to do their showmanship, and if we were doing market chickens, we would go sell them. But since we're just doing showmanship with them, we would just show them, and we would do different things showing our bird off to the judges, and then that's pretty much it.
Can you show us, if you were doing showmanship, well, what you would show a judge? How is that?
Sometimes you would want to like tip your bird.
Okay,
You want to tip your bird upside down like this,
okay,
and then you want to show them their beak so that you clip their nails and they're nice and good.
okay,
There's no mites.
okay.
And then you would want to flip them over, show them their wattle, and then their like comb.
This is called a wattle.
No, this is the comb.
Oh, this is the comb, and this is
Wattle down
the wattle.
And you
Okay.
also make sure they have 4 toes, but every chicken has 4 toes except the silky, they have 5.
Oh, what if it had an extra one? Would you get extra points in the judging?
No, that would count as a defect.
That would count as a defect. He's just extra special.
Hmm.
All right. And so then the judge would be looking to see all of those things on your hen, right?
Mhm.
And then you would get some kind of place or award, or what kind of awards would you get?
You would get a ribbon based off how good you take care of your bird, because judges, you don't know who they are when you first show up, and sometimes they'll walk around checking on how you take care of your bird.
Okay.
And then when you do showmanship, they'll see how well you took care of them in the past week that you were there. And that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
And it'll show them how good you take care of your bird.
So this kit here is your box that you take for showmanship, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this has all the supplies. I heard that you guys, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, these are the birds, nail clippers for their toes,
Uh-huh.
like how people have them, but they're rounded, so you could clip around the toenail.
Okay.
This is to walk your chicken.
Okay, we got to see it. Walk the chicken. Should I move this?
Yeah.
I hope this goes well. He's about to walk his chicken. Come
Can
on,
we just
Feather.
stop pecking at the
Maybe they'll want to race.
Try mine. Mine's not.
It's okay.
Mine's not nervous.
I wouldn't want someone spanking me to walk either. Hi, Jade.
Oh, she's going my way.
When you're doing showmanship, do you have to walk your chicken?
Depending on which fair you go to, yeah.
Yeah. So in 3 years, have you walked your chicken like you gave him a bath?
No, because
No.
we haven't been able to do showmanship.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess like hula hooping, we're just gonna have to practice walking the chicken. I don't think it's you guys. I think your chickens are being kind of ornery.
Like
So-
how she was just making herself dirty on purpose right now.
I know. She had no idea she was gonna be on a Zoom show. What else do you have?
We have powder. For you know how you clip your toenail, sometimes you clip it too deep and it'll start bleeding a little.
Yeah.
So you want to dip their toenail in this powder, and this powder right here will start to clog up the bleeding, so it doesn't bleed everywhere.
How old do the hens get?
Well, honestly, they can get as old as the bird as long as they're in very good condition. So they can get as old as they can get up to like 10 years depending on like if they get eaten or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
well,
but it all
none of
depends
ours have
on
lasted
how you
that
take
long.
care of
But about average, if they're taken care of very well, maybe
Six-
10 years?
6
Some-
to
yeah.
10 years.
6 to 10 years. So do your hens lay eggs?
yes.
Yes. These hens lay eggs every day?
Not every day.
not every day, but-
Occasionally, because they're like getting older, they'll stop laying eggs as long. But they'll lay eggs as long as they have a nice place to lay and if it's a good temperature.
And they need sunlight in order for their. Well, our birds don't get sunlight because they can't be in the sun, or also like mess up their feathers. Because right now they're really dark gray, but if you leave them in the sun, they'll become like that white color.
Oh, really?
So you need sun for their eggs, so that's why they don't really lay that many eggs as
Also,
usually.
depending on what color your bird is, if it's a good yellow, you would want your bird to probably eat corn, so that way it makes it look brighter and prettier. Like, so that way it looks cleaner for when you do judges. So you might want to feed like a buff Orpington, which is like a golden yellow bird. You might want to feed that one if you're going to show it like corn or cracked corn.
Okay. So campers have a lot of questions for you we're going to ask, but I have one. So because the hens are a little bit small, and I'm going to say mini, they're smaller, do they have mini eggs? Or are they whole full size?
They're small.
They're very small?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're about half the size
they're
of
like
your
that big.
average egg.
Like a little tiny omelet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so we have some camper questions coming in for you.
How many pets does Hunter and Griffin have from home?
How many pets do you have from home?
Well, it depends if they're talking about all of our pets or how many birds we have.
Probably all of them, because if you ask me, I have 1 dog and 2 cats. So those are all my
Well,
pets.
we have 20 chickens,
20 to 25 chickens, 3 horses,
3
and
horses, 4
4
goats.
Yeah.
Do you have a cat or a dog?
We have 2 dogs.
Okay.
We used to have 3 cats.
We got rid of 2 and the other one got lost.
Got it. All right. What other questions are coming in from our campers?
When those chickens or hens lay eggs, what color are they?
They're usually like a brown or a white, like a really light tan or white.
So the camper question was, what color are the eggs? And they said brown or
Light tan or white.
Depending on which kind of bird. If you have an Easter egger or an Americana, they could lay blue to pink or purple kind of colored eggs.
great.
And then if you have an olive egger, they lay
They
like
lay
different
green.
types of greens.
What else do we have?
When they started with those 2, were they chicks? And then they raised them from that?
When you got them, were they chicks, and did you raise them from little babies?
Well, we bought them from another 4-H member named Coley, and they were around like 6 months.
Yeah, so
when we
kinda
got
like
'em.
a chick. kind of
They're-
getting older, so like a kid.
They're like half the size of this.
Like a toddler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
A little one.
Yeah.
But not like a little tiny chick. No.
When
Somewhere
they're
in the middle.
chicks, they would be
We raised
about the size of
we
like
raised
this.
about the other 23 as chicks.
You did? That's great. Do they all lay eggs, all your other chickens? Or all your other hens?
Not a couple of them do, but roughly about 20 of them don't, but the other 2 do.
Because they're not
As
old
well.
enough yet
Yeah,
to lay
as
eggs.
the other chickens. Well, we would technically have 30 chickens if the other ones didn't get Merck's disease.
Well,
It happens.
it happens. Any more questions?
Do they have any babies?
Do they have babies?
No,
No.
they don't have babies because we didn't breed them with a rooster.
Okay.
Which-
But we do have one rooster, and then we do have one hen that is the same type. No, we have 3 hens that are the same type as the one rooster.
well, we
So
have
they
2
might have babies. We
We
don't
have
know.
2 roosters in total. One of them is our brother Jacob's Polish chicken.
Okay.
He's gonna get shown at the fair too.
We can't put him in the same pen as the other birds because if you put him a show bird with the other birds, they'll get really dirty. And you can't have them getting like diseases and stuff like
Right.
that. So you
Okay.
have to keep them isolated.
I think I'm gonna want to try to hold a chicken. Could you tell us how that works?
Yeah. Jade's kind of calm. so
Okay.
it was
We're
calmer
gonna
than that
switch.
one. So you wanna hold it like this.
Okay.
Then you wanna bring it close to your chest.
Okay.
And then hold this wing against your chest and hold your hand.
Mhm.
And slide your middle finger in between the legs and then do this.
Okay. So 2 hands. Bring it to myself. Oh. Like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
But if you're like doing showmanship,
Mhm.
you would hold them on the top and then like this.
I don't think I'm doing showmanship today. I'm afraid something could go terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, it can.
Hi, Jade. Thanks for coming to Fair Camp. All right. Is there any more questions coming in for Hunter and Griffin?
Well, they really, really want to see the chicken dance of some sort, and then they're saying that you did a great job for them.
Oh, so kind. Okay, so we have a request for the chicken dance, but I'm not sure if my guests are down for that. They definitely don't hula hoop. And,
Oh.
oh, can we hear that, Fonso? It goes something, I don't know.
Great.
I don't know. I'm not sure that we have music for that.
Well,
But I do think it goes something like this.
Yeah, it's supposed
Yeah. When you're 10, you don't want to do the chicken dance on Zoom for all the world to see. I get it.
I honestly think it's probably the most embarrassing dance ever.
Well, I embarrass myself all the time on this thing here. So, no?
No.
No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Are there any more questions coming in for Hunter and Griffin?
I think they did a great job.
They did a fantastic job. Thank you, guys. Okay, is there anything else that I need to know about you? Where you go to school? Do you have a girlfriend? Just
No.
kidding, just kidding, just kidding.
No.
Where do you go to school at?
Sierra.
Sierra View, and that's where we host our meetings for 4-H.
Okay, awesome. Super fun. We love having you here today, and I know kids love to see kids like you doing things they wish they could do. What if someone that's watching has never been part of 4-H or wanted to do what you would do? What would they need to do?
First, they could go to a good breeder from a good company or 4-H group, and they could buy, if you want, you could technically raise the chicken since it just first hatched, if you want to have an incubator and do that, or you could buy a chick from them, and then you could raise your bird by feeding them and giving them good food for water, and then you could raise them to be like this. Adult chicken, and then you could show them at
Okay.
fairs.
So I know your group is part of Madera County 4-H, right? So they could probably go to maderacounty4h.com, and we'll provide some of those links for you today or on our website. So if you are interested in joining a 4-H group or getting more information, you can check that out. So do you have any questions for us?
To add on to the question that you guys asked, you can also buy a chicken if somebody's wanting to sell their show chicken as an adult, if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
If you like can't find a good baby or something that you would like, or a good chick, you would probably just get a older bird. That's
Just
pretty
taking care of your chickens, you have to take care of them every single day.
Mhm.
Once a day, more than once a day?
Twice a
We
day. Well, we
technically,
just have to
you
feed them.
could take them, or exercise them and show them a couple times a day, but we try to do it 2 times. You could do 3, but we like to do 2 times a day.
2 times a day, because I learned they like to play Zelda. So in between Zelda, they probably check on the hens, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to get out there and tend to the chickens.
And also the reason why we would do it like 2 to 3 at tops is because the more, especially right now, how hot it is, the more you mess around with the bird, the hotter they get.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
So
get stressed out if you don't do it enough, and then that's why they get hot. And a fun fact for people who want to know about eggs, the chicken could get up to 100.
wow, I did not know she could get that far.
There you saw it for the first time. Hunter's chicken, she flew that far.
She can actually fly.
It's because you gave her a bath. She feels all good.
Mhm.
What were you saying?
When they are laying an egg, your bird could get, and the egg gets up to 170 degrees.
170?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then after they lay the egg, they'll start to rapidly cool off.
Do they mostly lay their eggs in the morning or any time of day?
Usually in the morning because then
Morning or
it's
night,
nice.
Because it's nice and cool. And
Yeah.
it's not like super hot in the day.
Great.
Because they could get even hotter if it's in the day when they're trying to lay the egg and it could overheat.
Got it.
Good
Well, you
thing.
guys did an awesome job. We're super thankful that you came and spent this time with us on our first day of virtual camp. I know a lot of kids, probably like you, are interested in what you're doing. So you gave them a lot of information. And Feathers just gave a really great show. Jade, you did awesome. Good job, Hens. We're about wrapped up today for virtual fair camp. So that went fantastic. We had such a good time with you here today with Circus Imagination and our friends Hunter and Griffin from Sierra Shadows 4-H. Tomorrow, we have a lot more in store for you. We have something ridiculous that will be joining us. So in your camper kit, you're going to want to make sure you have your juggling balls ready for tomorrow's activity. If you're making a at-home kit, you find 3 of any one thing, probably not rocks. Maybe some paper towels, maybe some tissue, maybe 3 packs of socks. I don't know, 3 of any one thing. Maybe oranges, lemons. And tomorrow we will be doing that. So after camp closes today, go to maderafair.com/faircamp. You'll find day 1 digital library is unlocked and you can revisit all of the YouTube links that Circus Imagination provided. You'll get to see Hunter and Griffin's Stop the Bleed presentation, which is a first aid demonstration. Also, you are going to get to watch the ticket, who has a ticket craft. So at home, makers get pieces of paper or the template, make that happen. If you have the camper kit, this is your pack that you'll open today and follow that YouTube video to make your ticket garland. So take photos if your mom and dad do that and tag us at Madera Fair on Instagram or Facebook, and we'd be happy to share those. Tomorrow afternoon, we also have Galaxy Dance Academy, so there will be dancing. You won't be here. There will be dancing, and so that's going to be fun. Thanks for joining us on our first day of virtual fair camp. We are excited for the next 4 days. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow.